We about to talk about episode 7. So we are over the hump with the show. We got 8 women left. How many dudes do we have left?
We got Naeem, Walter, Sean, Cornelius, Frank, Dante. Who the fuck did I not say?
So we got 8 women and 7 dudes. 8 women and 7 dudes. So they start out at the women's lounge, right? Tommy comes in. He names them the Great 8. Okay, we'll see. So this week they were tasked to introduce the men to their closest friends, but I feel like, no, like we don't even have any strong connections. So like, why am I introducing these people to my friends? Like, no.
I don't know what's going on here, but
then I didn't like the way that they set up some of the dates. Like, why was Walter and Dante overlapping? It was a lot I didn't understand about this episode. I mean, I really feel like we just missed a whole lot with editing. Like, who's gonna interview the producers at the end of all this to find out where they were trying to go with this? Why they kept certain things out that could be, could help the context on things or whatever. You got people out here walking up to people like they really telling them that they don't like them based off of what they're seeing on TV. Now, part of that is a stupid human thing, but the other part is like, y'all are knowingly keeping stuff out that matters. That's why I really like to see the interviews of the people who leave the show afterwards, because a lot of different things come out. Like, Sean kind of gave a little timeline on when the first date with Sabrina was and when the friend meeting was. Okay, I'm gonna get into that when I get into of these couples, but this episode again just left me with a whole bunch of
I don't like that.
So, all right, we got Zadia up first. She goes to Top Golf, and Naeem shows up first. He comes in with some white roses. She got 2 of her friends there. It was a woman and a man. So, I think it's important if they are going to introduce people to their friends that it should be like one of each sex there at least. You know what I mean? We're going to talk about Sabrina's because, anyway, so Zadia and Naeem have their date. And Naeem shows up with the white roses, which somebody already did last season. But I feel like he really does like Zadia because none of his other dates really stuck out. I mean, even their date that they went on, I wasn't feeling their chemistry, but I kind of believed them a little bit more in this one. They get to talking or whatever, and the guy friend, Zadia's guy friend says, so you're 40, you know what I'm saying? Like, I figured you would have had a family or been married or whatever. And he was like, what's the delay? What's her delay? Listen, it's hot out here, okay? But like, how you gonna ask him that when we'd like to know that about her too? Anyway, their date went okay. They seemed to like him. He made a good impression. So, check for Naeem. Okay, so then we go to Sabrina's friend date. Now, Sabrina invited 5 people. Like, that is so wild. Imagine going to a job interview. You walk in there when it's your turn, and instead of 1 or 2 people sitting there waiting to interview, it's 5 people sitting in the room. Sabrina was not fucking around. They all had the serious face on or whatever. Now, Walter gets there. I just remembered that he was on the Anacostia series. Like, how could I forget that? If y'all haven't seen the Anacostia series on YouTube, you need to go look it up. But anyway, Walter was on that. But anyway, Walter comes in and Walter charms them. He got the right answers the right time. I noticed that him and Sabrina were sitting on the same couch. Sabrina was nice and touchy-feely with him, and everybody loved him. That was a great thing. Walter, check. So then, right before Sean's about to come in, I feel like this is where now I'm like, Sabrina, why'd you do this? So I fucked with Sabrina, but I would like to add that we have no idea what was edited out. I don't know if they mixed clips up, cut something out, added it to this. I don't know how much we saw or didn't see. However, the way that they portrayed it on TV was like, to me, like this. She prefaced Sean's visit to her friends with something he said in a conversation on that first date. But we didn't get to see if she gave them the whole context or not, because he did say that he didn't want to get down the road and hurt her feelings or hurt her or whatever. But it was in the context of, I want kids, you don't want kids, I really like you, I would like another date, but I want kids, and I really want a chance to, he wanted more time to try to get to know her and talk to her, to really try to get past his own situation, to feel like, you know, is he gonna go date somebody and spend time with someone knowing that he really wants that or no? And the first date just wasn't enough. That's how I took it. Now, I don't know if she explained that to her friends and production just pulled out that part, because they even changed seating arrangements before he came in. When Walter was there, they were on the couch, they was all lovey-dovey. But then after she was like, oh, I want you guys to still meet him because I just don't want to, I want to make sure I'm not jumping the gun, they changed seating so that they were sitting in chairs beside each other versus more intimately on the couch. So I thought that was kind of interesting or whatever. I wonder how much time it was in between when Walter left and when Sean got there. But then, you know, like, I feel like she should have not said that. If I want my friends to make an honest decision without any of my input, I'm not going to tell them anything. I want their real answer. I don't want their answer to be swayed by, he's already, you know, emotionally scarred me, or something's not right here. Like, I feel like after she said that, I don't know what else was said in the conversation. Like I said, I don't know what they edited, but when he came in there, I mean, arms was crossed, the postures was serious. Like, I mean, like I said, imagine going into an interview and you have 5 people there. That's just, it's a bit much or whatever. And that's why I feel like all the more reason for her not to have prefaced his visit. Like, I'm not saying that she shouldn't have said it. I'm just saying delivery is everything. It could have still been said, it just didn't have to be said right before he got there. Sean comes walking in. Sean thought he was about to come hang out. He thought he was about to come play some spades. You know what I'm saying? I can only imagine what he thought was going to be happening, and got smacked with reality. You could probably hear a mouse piss on cotton when he walked in that joint and saw all the people. But anyway, I mean, it wasn't a good interview, and I really don't understand why they had them meet, because like I said, he doesn't want kids and she wants kids. And then when I watched Sean's interview after he got eliminated, he said that it was less than 24 hours between the first date with Sabrina and meeting her friends. So what I want to know is how did he get to go meet the friends? Like, how did that happen? I want somebody to ask that, because I didn't really hear that. Because I just want to know how it got from that first date, less than 24 hours, to, oh, we should send Sean over here. Because even if they would have sent Walter and Dante, that would have made more sense, because they had more of a connection than Sean and her did. So, you know, anyway, that's my gripe about that. Sean, no, you didn't do so good, buddy. Obviously, because you're not there anymore. We don't get to see a lot of their personality. We get to see what they want, what the production team wants us to see. Anyway, Sean is a good interview. So if you catch somebody interviewing him, he's a good interview. But y'all need to ask him, how did he get to go meet the friends? That just didn't make sense. Okay, so we get to Camille, and of course, she's not introducing anybody but Cornelius to her friends. So, you know, it was a dude and like 2 girls or whatever. They met like outside somewhere, probably like a nightclub or something like that. I'm not sure where they were, but there was food, lights or whatever. It looked pretty nice. But, so her friends were, one, like, he's too nice for you. You demolished the nice dude. You know, so she spent the whole time being irritated that they were asking all of the questions that they were asking, even though she's the one that asked all of these intrusive questions up to this point. They actually did make a cute couple out like that, but You know, I just think that what are y'all gonna do, because y'all are like cutting everybody off. So if Cornelius would have went home, what was she gonna do? I don't get it. If she goes home, I know what Cornelius is gonna do. Cornelius is gonna keep on getting to know the women, but I don't know what she was gonna do if Cornelius would have went home. I was shocked to find out that they didn't kiss. Well, I was shocked to hear that they didn't kiss, because you cannot tell me nothing. Something that happened between them. I don't know what, but it ain't just been no, can't be. You know what I'm saying? It ain't just been no just, oh, hi, you know, no. Something they done shared something. So then you have Sydney. Sydney had two of her friends meet Frank. Now, I don't know about y'all, but they done shared something too. Because the kiss that she gave him when he was about to leave was like a roll over and good morning kiss to me. Like, I've been here before or whatever. Like, and then she went back in again. Yeah, like, I don't know what's up with them, but they seem way too familiar for where we are in the process. Because keep in mind, for us, this is the 7th episode, which is like the 6th week or whatever, I guess. But Sydney, it's like days for her. Like, it's not even 2 weeks for her, because she came in late. So, like, what is going on? Okay, so Frank did good. They liked him, you know, and so Frank did good. So then we got Mumin, who invited Dante and Walter to meet one of her closest friends. Now, for this date, I didn't understand because, oh, you know what? I'm supposed to be doing something while I'm talking. For this date, I didn't understand why Walter and Dante had overlapped. All this time I've been talking, I'm supposed to be cleaning. I didn't understand why they overlapped, because if they're supposed to be meeting the friends, like, can you give somebody a fair shake? So Dante's there, they having their meeting, and then Walter shows up before they're finished. So he sits down all awkwardly, like the table's over here, they're over here. He's like on the outside of Phil. So it's like, okay, well, am I here or am I not here? They better stop playing him with them fucking dates like that. But it was just weird. And then at the same time, Dante is rubbing Mumin's head up under the table where Walter was sitting. I know he could see that shit. Like, what am I doing here? But then, after he left and Walter was there talking to her, they want to grill him about how are you ready to commit? Can we focus on what just happened here? I'm ready to see what's going on. Like, I felt him on that. Like, pipe down. Let me finish doing that. Yes, because I need to. Okay, now, back to what I was saying. I left off at Mumin and Walter. So, Dante did good, but Walter, and I think he could probably take it or leave it. I'm going to talk about all three of these together because, like, Tasia and Phil, Aisha and Phil, and Shiloh and Phil, like, I am really shocked that all of them are feeling Phil like this. That is funny to me. I think, okay, so when we first started reviewing this show, I talked about how awkward guys, this show is not their lane. Like, they don't know how to work a room. They don't know how to read the room. They don't know a lot of stuff that a dude with a certain charisma could do. Fucking Phil. I am so shocked about Phil. Anyway, but he breezed through all the dates. Everybody likes him. He got people feeling all giddy or whatever. So this all leads into the elimination talk, because now that you got 8 women and 7 dudes, it's some overlapping going on. You know what I'm saying? And they gotta send a dude home, but they still are feeling whoever they're feeling. So I suspected that there was going to be tension in the air. Again, editing. I feel like somebody got into it before they started filming this scene, because it was just a lot of unanswered questions for me. It was just like, why is Zadia so hyped? Why is Tasia expecting drama. Like, I don't understand, but one thing remains constant. Whoever is doing the camera, along with the people who are editing, I guess I might as well say production, and they be on those faces, catching people's facial expression reactions to certain things. Like, I don't know if they mixing that up or if these things really happen. So I really can't wait to the reunion, because I hope that we will get some of these holes filled in or whatever, and maybe they can explain, like, you know, what was really going on, because I know it's not just all peaches and cream or whatever. Y'all all competing for the same dudes pretty much. So yeah, that was pretty interesting. But they all were talking about who they didn't want to, who they weren't feeling or whatever. Cornelius' name got thrown up in there, and so the bottom two was Cornelius and Sean. Of course, we knew Sean was gonna get in there because Sean came in late. He didn't do good on the date with Sabrina, and the way that he explained on his interview, it looks like that is what took him out of the whole thing. He was pretty much done after the whole friend thing with Sabrina and the whole process, because he didn't contact nobody. So Sean and Cornelius is in the bottom. And I was just like, again, if Cornelius would have went home, what was Camille going to do? I feel like Sean wasted his space. Somebody who really wanted to be on the show or really wanted to be on TV could have taken that spot, and he just decided to give up while he was in the middle of it. So for that, I'm like, Sean, that was whack. But I still think he's a good interview. So he goes home, and Cornelius gets to stay. And Cornelius goes on a date with Zadia. He actually says out of his mouth he doesn't want to do anything to make Camille mad. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Like, you are on a show where you're competing to date, but you're openly walking on eggshells for somebody, and it's not allowing you to get to know anybody. Like, the ultimate thing is that both of y'all are going to end up going home. Like, what is happening? Like, what are y'all doing? Anyway, so we'll see what happens next week, because next week the dudes got to introduce the girls to their exes. That should be very interesting. That should be very interesting. So I guess I got to pick a top three. My top three women this week is, I guess I'm going to go with Shiloh. I'll go with Sabrina, even though I didn't like the fact that she prefaced that visit with what she prefaced it with, but whatever. And I'm actually starting to feel Zadia. So Sabrina, Shiloh, and Zadia are my women, and my men, this is crazy. I don't really know how to rank the men, or if I want to rank the men this time, because I got nothing. So anyway, next week we're gonna do this again. Hopefully it's spicy with the exes coming through. It's December 1st. Vlogmas, y'all. Vlogmas. So this is the first video on Vlogmas. I'm gonna be doing a little something different. All of my vlogs are not gonna be about Christmas. Okay, anyway, see y'all later. Like, share, subscribe. Okay, see y'all later. You know, I'm about to cook, and see y'all in the next video. All right.